All right, so now we're recording our third lecture for the VR class. So we spent time working in Brio VR last time, and let me just share my screen here. So like I mentioned, I'll mention again because I wasn't recording, but again, Brio VR is meant to just share ideas, massing models, and even some AR, elements, right? You could apply materials and those things, and I've tried to work in detail. And you're right, there are problems where it's not as precise. When you export, some things disappear, some things are not applied correctly. But because we're going to focus on more advanced 3D softwares like 3D Max, Lumion, and Twinmotion, we're not going to stress those things here. So Brio VR is a great software for simple things like sharing ideas, sharing massing models between any audience with a simple link, right? That can be accessed through your phone, the computer, no matter where you are, right? So we can make a simple model, we can share, we can get comments as we publish this, and we can keep working in more detail in other softwares. The other good thing about Brio also is that you are able to use the AR elements. So right now we have again, these red things signify that maybe there's too many elements here, right? There's too many models, too many geometry. But you could do, this is your performance guide, right? So, and this thing can do obviously PC, right? It can do VR headset, it can do AR, and it can do something like a mobile, which could be a tablet or your telephone, right? So that means with a link, you can click with your phone, with your computer, and you can access this model and be able to, again, explore it, in a very simple way, right? If you click the VR headset, if you have a VR headset connected to your computer, then you're gonna be able to also explore this through a VR, headset. And I mean, I don't know if it's hard to see here, but let's see if I can share something. So let's see here, stop sharing and make a virtual backdrop. Make a quick change here. So like here, I have you can't see much, I have a top of my computer here, this here. So this is hooked up to my ceiling here, and I can put this on, if I have to. And of course, and I can be here exploring this model, in VR. And you can just jump in, and start to see it in complete detail. This is the HTC Vive Pro. And I have two of these at school that I always bring to the class, and then I have much more at school. But unfortunately, this is the one thing that unfortunately I cannot bring to class. So this is the one, and these you control, you have, these controls here that will have sensors that will mimic your hand movement. You can touch things, you can open things through this, right? And also the headset has sensors that detect every single axis. So as you tilt your head, as you sit down, it will enable you to see everything, right? And there's different brands of these headsets. There's this is the most common one. Oh, I guess this is the HTC Vive Pro, which is purple. It's a little bit better quality screen. There's also just the HTC, which is just it's a black one, and it has less quality lenses, less field of view. So it means that you won't see as much of this on the side. And again, the more you see on your area here, the more you can actually enjoy VR because it is completely immersive, right? Inside there's two screens, right? They're concave lenses, so they try to mimic your eyesight and try to merge the picture, so it appears to be like something that surrounds you completely. The other headset that I'm also using is called PMax. This is the PMax headset. So this is a much wider headset. This is about 8K, so this is really high resolution. And when I put it on, you see that it covers much more of my head. So the screen goes all the way to here and all the way to here. So I have a complete field of view. So it is very immersive in the sense. It is a much higher quality screen that has OLEDs, same thing as any Samsung phone, they're really high definition screens. And this one works okay. This is a very new one, but it has a lot of glitches. So I'm still relying on the older one for doing my true VR stuff. Even though it's much higher quality, there's still a lot of bugs connecting to the computer, and it tends to crash very often. And there's also the one called Oculus, which I don't have right now on me. I let somebody borrow it and they never returned it. So they kept it. So I mean, these are all different price ranges. The PMax is about $1,000 only for the headset. The HTC Pro comes with the whole, comes with the controllers, the headset, and also it comes with the sensors that are on your ceiling, and that's about $1,400. And the Oculus is $399, which also works really well, and I use that also all the time. Now they've probably gotten a little cheaper, you know, and these are all hooked up to a wire about 20 feet long. They do have wireless, but it's still a little glitchy, the signal, right? So, you know, I mean, it is nice to be able to walk around your space with complete freedom, right? And then not have to rely on, because once you're able to walk, you know, you can actually feel the space and you're able to sit and relax. You can really control the environment and you can feel part of the environment. So I know this part is, it'll be hard to experience, but we can make models that you could eventually someday, you know, try out in your own, you know, headsets, especially in the Twin Motion software. I know I asked you guys before, did you guys try any of these ones before, like the Pro or the PMax headsets? No? Okay.
Nope.
All right, let's see. Let me share screen. I mean, they are pretty fun to use. I mean, I use them, you know, for work a lot. I use them for, you know, for gaming. There's some pretty cool games you can play, you know, explore games, mystery games. You can do science, you know, you can do, you know, under the sea, you know, explore animals, explore the solar system, right? So it is a really good learning tool. And I think, who was it? Lenny. Lenny, are you in the class? Lenny, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lenny, you sent me an email before that, you know, we should open like a VR club, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's something that, you know, I've been thinking for a while, yes. And ideally, you know, once we go back to school, you know, we can try and work on those things, right? And make like a, you know, set up a club where we can have all the different headsets there. And, you know, we can do, you know, we can explore all these things, you know. It's same thing as the arts club that we have in school, right? But, you know, once we go back to school, we'll figure it out and see how we can achieve that. Okay, so let's continue here. You guys can see the Brio. Yeah, so I mean, again, the main thing here, just to understand the software here. Once you have your model pretty much built, you know, on those things, and we hit export here. So it really shouldn't take too much time, right? So let's say here, we're done with this model, right? I'm gonna hit export. And then after here, we're gonna do, you know, publish, right? So I'll do publish. And I wanna show you guys also in my phone here, as we do this, what else you could achieve also here. Okay. So it looks like I'm somewhere inside the tea house. No, sorry, all right, so I'm somewhere inside here in the Barcelona space. Looks towards the back, okay. All right, so it put me somewhere inside. I think my camera was placed inside the model here. But once you see this here, you can see in the bottom left corner that we have the 3D mode, right? We have the VR mode. So that means if I have a headset, I can click here and it will transfer the data to the headset. And then we have this little icon, which is the AR, you know, icon. So with your phone, you're able to see all the three things, right? You can see just the 3D mode, which means that you can use your touch controls to just, you know, you can use a 2-finger touch control to be able to rotate the model and zoom in and zoom out, right? If you turned your phone horizontal, it would change the screen to two little different screens that you could then insert your phone into those very small headsets where it relies on your phone to be able to view the, you know, the VR experience. The third one, this one here, once you apply this in your phone, it's gonna ask you to move your phone throughout the space, right? And to scan the room, right? So it's gonna look for for lines, like, and then it's gonna match your 3D model to the room, right? So it looks like you're looking at your model in your space, right? So it detects, you know, the horizon line, you know, again, it looks for X, Y, and Z axes. And from that, it can make an assumption as to how to scale the model so that it matches exactly your space, right? So that's, you know, going towards AR, right? Where it tries to mix real elements with artificial, you know, models. So if I go here to this link, you know, right now I'm gonna copy the link for a second. Let's see here, where should I put it? I just wanna get the link to my phone so I can see it there. So I'm just gonna, you know, this, and I tried it before and it worked actually pretty well. Let's see here. Also, you want to rely on Chrome. That works, seems to be work a lot better. All right, so once I get my phone here, you know, I'm able to see, I know you guys can see very well here because of my screen. I'm able to see, you know, the model, and I can use the finger controls to zoom in and zoom out to the phone, right? That's one way when the phone is vertical. When I turn the phone this way, something horizontal, then we are able to see a different view, right? Okay, we can do share. So if you see, there's an icon on the bottom right, bottom left of my phone here. I know it's hard to see here, but it has the icon of the 3D, the headset, and the AR. So the first one, 3D, is just touch controls. The second icon is the headset icon. When I click here, it'll give you a little image. Oh, just forget it. Let me remove this background again. All right. So when I remove that, it's gonna show this icon. Come on. And it's hard to see, of the headset, and it give you a little instruction how to turn it horizontal, right? And then it will switch to a screen that has two different eyes, right? In the same way as one of those, the one I gave you guys last time, the Merge headset. And then you can just drop your phone inside and you should be able to put it here and look around the space, right? When I bring it back again horizontal, vertically, and I click on the third option, and again, this is it works a lot better in Chrome. Let me just copy this. Copy link. Okay. Okay, much better. Let's see if we can see anything here. No, my camera sucks at the auto. So you see there, we have the 3D icon, the AR icon on the phone. So vertically, if I do that one that's the middle one for VR, you get a little, and then when I turn it this way, again, you see like this, you know, two different parts, right? And that's meant to be for each screen, right? And then you should be able to load it to your phone and be able to look around, right? The third icon that's there is the one for AR. So let's go back here. Let's see if I can put it. All right, so when I go to the AR icon, I know you guys can't see much, but it would turn on my phone camera, right? And I'm just gonna move the camera around my space and it will scan your room, right? And will look for anything that can give detail regarding the X, Y, and Z axis. Once it finds something it can scan, let's see a floor level, right? A wall, right? Then it will showcase your model, right? In that space. And then you can move your phone like this and your model is gonna be in the room and you can almost like, you know, walk around the model and experience a very basic AR, you know, experience. This could be done to the phone, through a tablet of any sort, and that's a quick way to do AR and showcase anybody your model, because the model will always be in the same spot, but you can move your phone around the whole model and be able to explore from any angle the model, as if the model was there in the middle of your space. So it gives you another perception of how to experience something that you made in the computer. So definitely try those things. See how they work out. But at least it'll bring you a little bit closer to AR in those models. I mean, if you want to try just the experience and make it a little bit not relying on the architectural models, we could also just do something that relies on what exists already in Brio. Not doing anything else. Our own things. So let me share something. So again, our model here, this model we made outside the class. We could bring stuff from here, put a bunch of different little scenes here, different objects, and try to see how those things will look like, in a VR, experience. I mean, right now I had made this model here that has a bit of geometry. This we can take away. And I mean, again, this model looks pretty good, just like this, in white, without having anything, any materials. Again, this could be used also for making apps. Once you create something here, it can link to websites. So you can embed your creation into a website, especially if you use Wix. Wix is a free website app, right? Where you can design your own website, and this has you could take this model and it'll give you a tutorial how to embed it into the website. So let's say you made something in the website, you're showing something, a client could go there and just, on the actual website, they could, look at the model, they can rotate it and, and explore almost like diagrams that are built up to the final, design. Again, these things are just, simple things, furniture. You could bring your own stuff, but that's really everything that I really want to add here. Nothing really more. I think we need all the other time for the other softwares in the class. So was everyone able to at least export something from this?
Yes, Professor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, in your class folder, right? This project is more like it's like a quick jump into VR. The other three are the ones that will spend the most time. So for this, make sure that in our class folder, all you do is just drop in there a link to your exported file, right? So if I go now to our class folder, it'll be in the number 3, student work, folder number 2, Brio VR, and there should be a folder for every student, right? And simply just a link to the Brio. So I'm gonna try a Brios, which is the first person on my list, and see what this looks like.
Professor, I didn't do like a building because it wasn't letting me it was letting me import the file, but it would take too long, and then my computer would suddenly crash.
That's fine, yeah, no problem.
So I did like my own little thing.
Okay, so that's
Actually, the chessboard game, since I couldn't import the huge the big file of the pavilion, I did my own like little game chessboard game.
That's
but
fine.
Then,
yes.
But then when I brought it in, like I put layers and it didn't follow any of that, so I had to like individually click every square to make it the color, and that was like pretty.
Okay, that took time. Yes. I mean, you guys can see this, right? My screen? Or no?
Yeah.
You guys can see? Okay, good. So, yeah, I mean, this is more than enough, again, it doesn't have to be something architectural, just because, I realize that, our models, even if they're simple, they have tons of, elements, right? If you can't do a building, something that you did, like this is fine, you show me that you made something in a very simple VR, environment. And with this, it's enough, for the first assignment. So that looks great. And you guys see here, right? This, I mean, let's see if we can actually get this to work. I want to see if this actually links to the VR headset here. So let me stop sharing for 1 second. And you guys all, if you guys want, well, I guess you can. So I'm gonna turn on my VR system. I want to see if that looks okay. If you guys can So I mean, it relies. I'm gonna have to turn on the VR thing here. There's two sensors that I have in my room, one on the roof and here, and one on the ceiling on this side. Those are the ones that scan you. So I'm just gonna need to turn the sensors on. There's one there and one on the other side. I wanna see what you see actually. Then we have, so right now it's just detecting everything. Again, I haven't tried this in school, so hopefully everything works here. But so this way we can see. Waking up.
Una de las cosas que mandamos.
Okay, slowly linking. Okay. All right, now doesn't want to connect. All right, I'm not gonna waste your time, guys, trying to fix the. It's still, you know, a little buggy, all the VR things, but it should work with a VR device. But otherwise, we'll rely on our phones to see the models. Let's see. So that looks great, you know, Abril. I think it's a more than enough that we need for this part of the assignment. Let me go to Amro. So Amro, you put a Word file.
Yeah, I didn't know how to submit it in. I put it as a doc and then.
Okay, I mean that works fine, yeah. So I'm gonna share what you made.
Yeah, same problem with me. I didn't have much space. It didn't work to.
Okay, but you made this the shape, right?
Yeah, I made the shape.
Yeah, very nice.
Parking, like a park we can sit on, like a bench.
Yeah.
Pretty much cover like the rain or like the sun, anything, just sit around.
Perfect. I mean, again, as a what you call it, as a massive model, is perfect, right? Really don't need much more detail, just to look at the shape, you know. So it's big, right? I guess scale, but again, we're relying on the massing part. So perfect. All right, very nice.
Thank you.
Let me go here to the next one. Let me go to Xuxing. Okay. Nice. I mean, added a bunch of different things, lamps, trees. Otherwise, you know, everything looks fine. You know, I can move the model in any direction. I can explore it. So, and I can zoom in to look inside the model. Perfect. All right, very nice. Elizabeth. So let me copy your Word file. What model did you have, Elizabeth?
I had the original Barcelona pavilion.
Okay. You're just taking a lot longer to load, but I can see that you applied materials.
Yeah.
It's a little, yeah, it's a little slow. I mean, yeah, and when I was loading, the preview was showing me materials, but once it loaded properly, it looks like it didn't load the materials correctly.
Yeah, I had more materials added to it. That's weird.
That's fine, yeah, because you know, it's not something with the software, because as it was loading, I could see that you had wood, you know, and other elements applied to it, and then once it completely loaded, they disappeared, you know, and it went to just I don't know, looks like metal. But that's fine, you know. I mean, otherwise everything looks good. You know, you have some tables, some people, the scale is correct, right? So it's a very nice, you know, simple 3D model. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to the next person. Eric?
Yes.
All right, let me copy your PDF. All right, still loading. Okay, perfect. I mean, this is, I mean, in a way, I like this tool, you know, because again, I'm used to teaching a design course, right, in the semester, you know, whether it's urban design or sometimes I do, you know, design fundamentals 1 or 2, right? So I love a large part of design courses is critiquing models, right? Critiquing physical models, you know, massing models, right? And obviously, it's gotten very difficult. You know, I taught urban design during the summer, and again, we're making a lot of models in class, and you know, obviously you can see the model through the share screen. You can ask the student to share the screen or and show us their model, right? But many times, you know, I want to get a certain view that, you know, I can explain to the student, you know, what I want to see, right? So this could be, again, it could be an urban design model, right? Very simple. We could share with the whole class. You can give me the link, and then in our Zoom lecture like this, I could, you know, access your model, and then we can just discuss the massing, right? We can discuss why is that opening there, you know, what is the ceiling height here. So again, this tool, and for me, you know, is valuable when you go into the initial design process, you know, of any class, right? When you go into trying to define the proportion of something, define the scale, right? Before you move to something that is more refined, right? I think this in a way, this takes over what I would typically be doing just is holding your physical model and making comments on your model, right, in class. So this gives me at least a little bit closer uh, feeling of being able to criticize and critique your creation, right? So, and again, and when we're doing massing models, we always do in chipboard, foam board, what else do we have? Museum board, sometimes that pink or blue foam, right? And again, you're not relying on the material. It's just a simple color, you know, either it's white, black, gray, pink, you know, it doesn't matter. We're looking at the shape, right? So this, you know, will work perfectly for those tools, right? I mean, so if you're taking right now a design course, uh, you know, and I teach, I'm helping right now Professor Maldonado with his design course. So I'm going to ask him to, you know, have the students, you know, try this for his, you know, classes. If you take a design course, you know, don't be afraid to use this to show your professor your ideas, you know, your initial, you know, massing concepts. I think it'll be a very quick tool that really, if you give this to your professor, even if they have no knowledge of VR, they have no idea how to use the 3D modeling, it's only a link, right? Once they open the file here, it just takes their mouse to move left and right, you know, so it really requires no skills in, it requires no technical skills. Anyone can open this and just explore the model, right? So, you know, try it out in your classes and let me know how that goes, you know, with your professors. All right, so let me go to the, so thank you, Eric.
You're welcome,
All right,
Professor.
who's Jay? I see only a J in the folder. Yes, that's on empty. And then Jamaisi, your project has, what type of file did you add? I can't, it doesn't recognize the file type. It's not a Word file, it's not a PDF.
No, it's a link. It's not a link.
My computer doesn't recognize it as a link. It says unknown extension.
I'll add it again.
No, yeah, this is what I get when I put your link. You can see my computer, I get code.
I see.
Yeah, if you can put it, again, and I'll come back to you. All right, James, right? Yours is also a link that works fine.
Yeah, I also had the same problem. The materials didn't load in.
I mean, you see here in the preview, right? I can see that you have, looks like wood over here, something dark on the floor, right? Yeah. So I do see materials as it's loading.
Yeah, I put like glass and steel too.
Okay, I can see it, yeah. Let's see if it stays there. All right, so now, yes, now it became, in your case, looks like rock. Yeah, so this is why I'm not gonna push the materials. I don't want you guys to use them. It's a little glitchy, and masking is more than enough. So, I mean, otherwise it's fine. I can move the model. I'm not sure why it shows in the preview. So, and I think, it's not worth the time to try to figure out why. Otherwise, everything looks great, James. That's perfect. Thank you. Let me go to Lenny. Lenny, same thing with your file. Same thing as Jamaisi. Your file is not recognized by my computer.
You have to re-upload it into.
Okay. Yeah, just if you can re-upload it again into the file. Okay, Mariam, yours is a Word file, so you should be able to just copy and paste. Let's see. Yours is not working, Mariam. It starts to load and then it crashes. If you need more time for this, no rush. I'll give you guys more time to get this done. Yeah, yours loads and then it crashes. Are you there, Mariam? I think she's absent today. All right, Nayab. Yours is loading, okay. Okay. Like the horse or the fish. Yeah, great, perfect. The scale is correct. One material. Perfect. Okay, let me close this one. And let me go to Nora.
Professor, for some reason, I keep opening my building with the thing I did, and it's not showing the building. Like, it's showing the materials only. I don't know why.
Did you try to refresh your, this is yours, right?
Can I share my screen? Because I redid it when I realized right now.
Yeah, showing only the, yeah, let me unshare, you can share yours. Go ahead.
Thank you. Wait, are you guys seeing it?
I can see it, yeah. I see the new project, showing the, okay.
I could only open preview. I was worried to save it and re-upload it, and then it will disappear again. So I just have to.
I haven't dealt with that issue, but I can definitely see that you did it, so that's fine.
Yeah, like here, it shows here. When I open it, it doesn't show. Like my building just disappears. I thought it was hidden, so I tried to unhide it, but it's nowhere.
Yeah, I see it's loading everything that all the assets from Brio, but nothing from the building.
I don't know why. I was excited to show you.
Yeah, I haven't dealt with that issue also before. Yeah, you can see it here, right, with the preview, right? But you don't see it in the actual. You might need to close the Brio, right? Open it again, share again, and see if that helps out. Yes, but otherwise, I can see that you have it done, so I'm okay with that with the software. Okay. I think this is where it starts to fail. You know, when you start to push it too much, you know. And again, this software, they do recommend a software for making photorealistic renderings. And I've tried to push it to try to show that, but I've had very little success. You know, it's more complicated. You know, so I think each program has their own purpose, right? For a different stage of presentation, right? From very early ideas to having your final thing ready to share with your client, right? So we have 4 different softwares. Each one has a very unique process, right? And once you know all 4, you can really tackle pretty much any project, right? And have any skill level to present to the client, you know. Or I mean, again, once you put in your portfolio or your resume that you can do Brio VR, you can do 3D Max Interactive, Lumion, Twinmotion. That covers all the main softwares for rendering, VR, making animation. So, you know, you'll be able to have a very high skill level for these tools, right? So, and it will look really good in your portfolio. All right, so I think that covers everyone that I uploaded in class. Again, if yours is not working, you know, upload it again, and just, you know, give you guys more time to for these things.
Professor, I just re-uploaded it.
Lenny, okay, try.
Yeah.
It looks the same, right? So when I look at your folder, Lenny, this is what I see, right? This file called new project, but it has no extension or anything. It's a, what is this file type? I don't know, it doesn't recognize this file with anything. Are you copying the link?
Yeah, I'm copying the link.
I mean, if you want, try to put it on a Word file, you know, copy and paste and drop it there.
Okay.
Otherwise, you know, it's not working right now.
Can you check mine again, Professor?
Sure.
Same thing?
Same thing, yeah. So it's just new project, you know, 1, right? Yeah. Where are you guys copying the link, right?
Copying it from the desktop. I'm copying it to the desktop and then uploading that file.
Okay, so let's say if I'm going to copy the link, right? For example, let's see. Let's go to share screen. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna open this project here, right, for example. All right, so this is a different thing that we're trying, you know, last class, a different building. But, you know, once you're done with this, you know, I would do export, we do publish, right? Once you hit publish, you know, on the top right, there'll be a copy link, right? And there's a few ways that we can do it, right? Let's let it publish. Okay, it's taking a little bit of time. Okay, really cannot see, but if you see, I know it's a little dark, but up here, where I have my mouse set, it says a link, right? So I would just copy that link, paste it on a new browser, and then just drag from here. You see this little, looks like a lock. You just click it and drag it into your folder, and that will copy the whole extension. So I can just click it, and it will load up into you know, any computer.
Yeah, Professor, that's exactly what my PC does, and then it eventually crashes. So I could share my screen and show you, like.
If you want to share, that's fine. Yeah. So let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yes, I'm gonna unshare.
I could show you.
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Like I did it, but for some reason, when I click on it, it will crash. Can you see my screen?
I can see it. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did like the water for the pool and the concrete, but I just can't upload it. So if anything, I'll just do what other people did and create my own. Maybe it's smaller version.
That's fine. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Do that. You know, and in case, you know, we can look at it quickly. You know, in the next class.
Okay.
Or you can always send me a link, an email, and I can take a look at it anytime during the week.
Okay.
That's fine, yes. No problem. All right, good. Let's see. All right, let me do a quick attendance. Just okay. So Jamaisi, you're there. Mariam, no. Okay. Elizabeth, Nora, Amro.
Here.
Yes. Okay.
I'm here.
Lenny is there. Okay, good. Kimar, yes.
I'm here.
James, Abril.
Here.
Let's see who else. Who's next? For now, she's absent. Kayla, she's here. Nayab.
I'm here.
Nayab is not there. Chushing is there.
Here.
And Cunningham.
Professor, did you call my name?
Eric,
Yes.
did I?
I didn't hear it.
No, I didn't. Yeah, but did I? Where are you? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I put it down. Yes, you're here. Yes, I just skipped
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So the last person, Cunningham. I don't think. Do you guys know that person? No. So Wasi. Okay, so we got it down. All right, guys. So I think, yeah, I mean, try to if you want to create your own scene, right? Whatever's there in the assets, right? Maybe this 3D Mac with the file from the pavilion space is too big, so it's having different issues depending on your computer. So even if you make everything from just the assets directly in Brio, that's fine too, right? You make something that you can share, and that's the main idea of this assignment, to be able to share an idea with multiple users and to get some feedback. So it's a pretty simple first assignment. If you need more time, get it done. Send me an email. I'll go back and recheck the folder, and that's all. And then I'll mark it as completed, the first assignment. So I mean, we do have the next part of the class. It's I think more time consuming because we're dealing with more precise softwares, right? And if I look around the class, then pretty much the whole class should have taken already my animation class, right? And I know I recognize everyone here that took my class. Kayla, you're taking it right now, right? Yes. So you should be fine with the simple things, right? So the idea, the way I have the class arranged, is that if you take the animation class, right, where do we complete that class? Like, what's our final assignment?
For which?
For the animation class, the one you took last semester, or 3592. What is
It
our
was
final project? Yes.
Barcelona.
Yes, the Barcelona Pavilion, right?
Yeah.
So let me just, I'm gonna open my project from last semester, the one you guys did. Let me see. So we can see, you get an idea, for those that didn't take the class last semester or are taking it right now, in that case, you have no idea what was done in the class, but let me find it here, courses. Just let me find my files. Second. All right. So I'm gonna open my Max 2021. And then I'll share my screen with you guys. All right, give me a second. All right, so let me share my screen now here. So I loaded my model from last semester. And in this case, this was the summer class that I taught over this past summer. And again, we have the same project is the Barcelona Pavilion space, right? And it looks simple here, but we did spend pretty much the whole semester mapping everything very precisely in this model, right? So we have certain types of materials for the floor, right? We have really detailed trees, right? Everything is mapped inside here. The green marble wall, the ceilings, the roofs. We have here inside other parts. The Barcelona chairs. We have this nice orange marble wall. And again, this project really didn't have that many materials, right? But the reason why I use it because this is a great way to learn all the most common elements in 3D Max and texturing, because we have steel, water, glass, things that are transparent, things that are marble, that are glossy, that are matte finish, that are hone finish. So it covers any material that you're going to ever use, and you can start to even make your own custom materials. We also have lights that are embedded here for night. So we have artificial lights. We have the sun for our direct sunlight, and we have the sky for other light sources. So ideally, if you took that class, this was your final project for the class, and you submitted renderings for this, and again, your renders were very realistic, right? Let's see. So this is some of the ones I made as I was teaching the class. Let's see here. That was one rendering of the back area. This is the same model, right? So we have the pool, the water, the reflection, the material here, which is a little bit glossy. The material here, which is a matte finish, chrome here, glass, 3D trees, and an artificial sky. And that was done. That was so in that class, you would definitely master being able to create photorealistic renderings. Same thing here. And we also did a lot of night renderings and tried to create, pretty cool scenes, right? So I think, again, this is where everything stops. We can take a rendering, but it's simply a 2D image, right? We can't really interact with the image, right? We can't walk in the space, right? And that's all we can do right here. I mean, in Max, we can definitely try to experience the model. Like I can always zoom in here, right? With my mouse, I can, orbit here, but I really cannot walk around, right? This experience of rotating the mouse here, it's not really a virtual experience. It's simply just orbiting through a model. I want to be able to walk through this model in the same way that I play games, right? Where I can hit that W key to go forward, ASD, to go left, right, backwards, and Q and E to go up and down, right? So, and that takes us into the next, part that 3D Max, that's where everything stops. It cannot go any further. But they do make 3D Max interactive, which is meant to interact with 3D Max and to connect this scene to export this scene to a virtual environment, right? Where we can start to explore this in a different way, right? Something that is more engaging and more immersive, right? So again, we don't need really that many skills in 3D Max because, we have those skills from last semester. Kayla, you're taking the class for the first time. I mean, right now in your class, we're covering basic materials, which is already more than enough, for this. I think the main thing here is we're gonna learn how to link 3D Max files to 3D Max Interactive, right? And how we can update this file, then update the other one, and how to work also with different types of assets that are already built into 3D Max Interactive, right? I mean, some things from here we're gonna leave, other things we'll take out, right? But we'll start with a very basic model, right? Linking the files, and then we'll go and hopefully try to export this model from your class. Obviously, Kayla, you don't have this, so I'll give you a model that has these things, right? Or we can try something else that you can try to export to your project, right? You might have this model, but I do change it every few years. So if you don't have this model, then have the one you use in my class, and if you lost the files, then I'll give you one. So not really a big deal. All right, so up to this point, are you guys okay? Any questions, comments? No? All right, so today I want to introduce, 3D Max and 3D Max Interactive, right? Those two softwares, right? And we'll do our first connection between them. How do we connect them in those things? So we can start to experiment. It's now 9:30, so we're already halfway through the class, or somewhat halfway. The next topic, it might go a little longer. So actually, I might give you guys, let's take like a 10-minute break so I can prepare the other software, right? And then we'll start learning 3D Max Interactive. So it's 9:30. Let's come back around 9:40, right? And I'll start with 3D Max Interactive.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you.